Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my IELTS subscribers lesson. Our local time is 6:30 and it's Wednesday morning. Hi, Ainura. Thanks for the subscription. Soberly, no, I'm not a native speaker, but I'm an English speaker. Hello, Palagal. Welcome. Hi, Ainura. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
You're very
I'm
welcome.
okay. How are you?
I'm quite good. Where are you from?
I'm from Kyrgyzstan.
Thank you very much.
It is Middle Asia.
All right. What's the reason for subscription?
I follow you. I sometimes put your live streams. Listen to them.
All right.
And English is like the original purpose.
Okay. May I know what you do?
I am engaged in financial field.
Okay. All right. We've got another speaker. Hi, Pala girl. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Are you in a noisy background?
Nice background.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Are you
Hello.
in a noisy background? Too much noise is coming from your side. Hello, Nilesh. Thanks for the subscription. Hello, Tyson.
Hello.
Welcome. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Pala girl? Hello, Nilesh. Welcome. So I knew I couldn't hear you. So what do you do at the moment?
I am a banker for about several years. I was occupied in banking field.
Oh, that's cool. So how long have you been in this job?
More than 5 years.
That's great. And how long have you been learning English?
From my childhood.
That's amazing.
I'm here to improve my speaking skills.
Very good. You're on the right place. Thank you very much for the subscription. And
My pleasure.
no problem. Nilesh, I have invited you. I don't know whether you're still there or not. I'm sorry, Palagal. It has too noise from your side that really affected all of us. If you can go to some quiet place and join me from there, would be great. Okay, so when you're learning English, which part of the English seems to be difficult for you?
Do you ask me, teacher?
Yeah, I'm asking you, which
Mm,
part of the English language, like could it be reading or writing or listening
reading, I think.
or speaking?
Reading.
Reading.
Um, recently, I have recently I've taken IELTS exam trial version, and I took 5.5, and the least point I got from reading. Uh,
And what was it?
reading. It was about insects, topic specific topic about insects, and there was also like business topic about construction in China.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing. Yeah.
Okay, I've just noticed that.
And I took.
I've noticed that you have subscribed to me with a monthly subscription. Welcome. I'm going to give you a little bit briefing.
Mhm,
Let me listen to you. So, what was your score
okay.
in reading?
5, I think. I got 5.5 or 6 average, but reading was 5.
How was in speaking?
Speaking was better.
How much did you
Yeah.
get in speaking?
I think 6, 6.
Six. Okay. Reading, you got five, you said.
Yeah. Average was 5.5.
Okay. How much it was in your writing section?
Writing was, I think, 5.5. Yeah.
And listening?
Listening 6.
Okay. So, I've got good listening skill, good speaking skill.
Better than others.
So, you need to develop your writing and reading. Okay. I'll suggest you from today. Uh, it doesn't matter whether you're taking the exam or not. From today, start writing about any topics. I've got a service. If you can send me your writing topic, I can check it and I can send you back by email. Okay,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it totally depends on you. You can choose your own topic, or if you want, I can send you some topics. So weekly, at least you can
Mm,
write two topics. And I believe that it was academic IELTS exam, right? I know, right?
yeah, it was, I think,
Academic.
yeah.
Okay, so remember that academic I writing is quite difficult and challenging sometimes. And writing has got some procedures, some techniques, and some rubrics as well. We're going to disclose it uh,
Hmm.
tomorrow's lesson.
Okay.
Today, I'm going to talk about your
Hmm.
speaking techniques for all of the people who have joined for the first time. Okay, how it works, these classes. These classes always start on time, which is 6:30 a.m. UK time, where I'm based, and it has got only 1 hour duration, and it has got countdown system. Okay, which means that it
Hmm.
starts 59 minutes 59 seconds, that is going down. When it becomes zero, the classes shut down automatically.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm,
we will give lessons here, but for your practice you have to do at home, because sometimes there are many students who join me and it is not always possible to practice at a time. But when there are less
hmm.
people, like today, you are the only person, and there is Nilesh, and some people might be joining me later, and then we'll
Hmm.
give you the techniques and you can practice as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other question?
You provide your email in the end, I think, yeah?
I'll provide the email in the subscriber chat. You have been added automatically. There is a small chat group on the Hallo.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
going to
okay.
welcome you and send my email. So you
Hmm.
can send me the email,
Okay.
uh, or you can send me your. Don't send the PDF format. Okay, this is my first thing. First
Hmm.
suggestion: send is a I mean to say Word format or Word file, MS
Okay.
Word. Then I can edit
I see.
quickly, easily, and send you the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'll give
Yeah,
some hints
that will
how
be
it.
good.
Yeah, that's right. Most of my students, they always get this service, and I try to do that. And for my
Mm-hmm.
students, of success rate of IELTS exam is very amazing. Most of the students got 8.5 out of 9, and the
Mm.
lowest score was 6. So
Mm-hmm.
the score stays in between 6 to 8.5, depending on how strong you study, how hard work or efforts you can give for exam.
Mm-hmm. I took that exam without preparation.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Now you have to be prepared. Remember that when you're taking an international exam, it's better to know all the bits and bytes, rubrics, and all the important information which will help you get more score.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
may I ask you why?
there is technique I know. Mhm.
Okay, may I ask you why do you need to sit for the IELTS exam? What's the reason?
Oh, I just want to have this certificate in any time if I need to use it, and I want to improve. Um, no, I want to have better job opportunities.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. Okay, so my next question is: do you read every day? English, especially, I'm talking about.
Um, I not every day, but I have several books in English. I just began and do not do it consistently, but listen a lot about maybe 1 hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to some different topics in English.
That's.
Sometimes I read,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Go on.
When I Google, I read. I think about maybe 10-15 minutes I read a day, yeah. But not books. But by searching some information I need.
Okay. It doesn't matter that it have to be books, but as long as you read, you learn something. You are on a practice that will help you a lot. Uh,
Mhm.
okay. Tyson, welcome. Sobi Rally, welcome. Shakshi, welcome. Mahmuda, welcome. Thank you very much, dear viewers, for joining at this moment. Uh, Being a new user, dear viewers, you can always get the free lessons from my class. I'm offering 2 free lessons from every class. And if you're interested, what you have to do, you have to visit my profile and take the opportunity from there. Click on the free trial lesson, and the Hello won't charge you any money. But I've noticed that I knew I have subscribed for the whole month. So, as a matter of fact, you will get 2 1 hour lessons like this every week. And the other advantages are I conduct many public live streams where you can join, we can discuss, we can practice more. And those lessons do not have
Mhm.
any time frame. I can do whatever the time I want to do. It could be 1 hour, it could be 2 hours or more. Okay.
Mhm.
And always ask me question. If you have got any question, remember that if you don't ask me, it will not be possible for me to understand your problem. Okay.
Mm, mm. Okay.
Great. I'll give you both the speaking insights as well as writing insights today.
Okay.
Okay. So remember that in order to develop your speaking, say you have got 6 lakhs
Uh,
time, but if you want to get, let's say, 7 or 7.5 or maybe 8, there are a few other techniques you have to follow. IELTS exam is not only the knowing the English language, but it's also should be aware that techniques, we call it rubrics. Okay. I'm writing in
mhm.
the comment section. Rubrics is very important feature that will help you learn how you can get your required score or desired score. So number
Mm-hmm.
one rubric is that you should understand the IELTS questions well. If you understand the question well, and definitely it's easy for you to reply it back or answer it correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the speaking part, there are always some confusing questions, especially task one and task three. As you might be aware, task two is the cue card and you can't ask any question. The examiner will give you the topic, you have to read for a minute, and after that, you have to start speaking and you have to talk at least 2 minutes.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, there are some constrictions or what?
Sorry, say again?
There are some rules how to answer. Timing is important.
That's right. IELTS exam is a time control exam, so it is very important for us to answer it on time. Okay. Tip
Mm-hmm.
number one, listen to the question carefully and focus on it. Do not be nervous. Okay. As if you become nervous on the day of exam, it will be really difficult for you to answer it. And sometimes you might forget even the normal answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say in task one, there are two questions which are always confusing. Sobir Ali has a question. I have difficulty in speaking, it should be. I enjoy reading and listening. That's great. So, in order to develop your speaking, you need to practice a lot. So, these are the tips I'm going to give in a moment. Listen to me carefully. So, Ainura,
Yeah.
understanding the question. Tip number one.
Mm-hmm.
Question. Okay. This first tip.
Mm-hmm.
Say, if the question is in present tense, you must answer it present tense. And every question there is a question grammar pattern. You must use it. Okay. And if the
Mm-hmm.
question is in past tense, you must answer in past tense. And likewise, sometimes you have to speculate future tense and you have to use future tense in this case. I'm going to give two questions in a moment so that you'll be able to understand. And next one is try to use different kinds of vocabs. If you remember, in IELTS exam, there are four criteria which are assessed for your speaking mark. Number one, fluency and coherence. Number two, lexical resource. Number three, wider ranges of grammar and accuracy. And number four, pronunciation. It's not accent.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that no one bothers about the accent. It doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
which accent you speak, but it matters if you do not pronounce a word correctly or not, because it is going to be assessed. IELTS examiner do not assess for your creativity, for your body language, for your clothing, for your smartness. Remember, these are the only four criteria.
Mm-hmm.
So, first question is like, what is your address? And how do I address you? What would be your answer, Ainura? What's your
Uh,
address and how do I address you?
what is your address? My address is uh, Moskovskaya Street, number 1919, Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan.
Okay. When you're on the public speaking, do not give your genuine address, okay, for your safety.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah,
You just made it up. That's fine. That's
I counted it.
that's better. Remember that internet is really a place for sometimes insecurity. So you got to be very careful sharing your public information like your credit card number, your address, your sometimes people do not share the real name as well, and location.
Thank you for awareing.
That's right. It happens, on and off. We know that. Okay, that's good. Now,
Mhm.
the answer of the second questions.
How do I address? I address you. It means the question itself. It means you ask my address. How? I don't
You
understand the
see,
question. How do I address
yes,
you?
you have become confused. It's a very confusing question for many people who do not know the differences between address and address. Okay, in English language, there are thousands of words that you use, which can be used as both noun and verb. Look at the question pattern. The
Mhm,
first sentence, address has been used as a noun.
mhm.
Okay, and the second question, address has
Yeah.
been used as a verb. And when we
Yes.
use noun and when you use that same word as a verb, it has got two different meanings. Okay, which is why the question is
Mhm,
always confusing to most of our learners. And remember that, and when you're pronouncing word stress, look, this one,
mhm,
noun or adjective, we stress on the first part, address, like, hey, Ainura, what's your address? Or hey, Rahat, what's your address? So you're stressing address. Yeah?
mhm.
When we use as a verb, same word, we stress in the second part, so it becomes address. Did you find the differentiation in my speech?
Yeah, yeah. I can differentiate it.
Okay, so the basic way to remember is words which are noun, our tone. This is called natural way of speaking, intonation or tone. Oh, you've got a phone call.
Ah, yeah.
Attend it.
Excuse me. Yeah, we can go.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, now remember, when the word is used as noun or adjective, our tone, our natural way of speaking is from upper intonation, rising intonation to down intonation. That means our voice comes from high to down, like address. You have to practice these things today.
Mm-hmm.
Address,
Address.
then address, the other way around. Now down to up. Look at my hand.
Address.
Yes, a little bit more. Address. You're going up. Address.
Mm-hmm. Address.
Very good. If you practice few times, it will be okay. And there are
Mm-hmm.
many words.
So,
Yeah, go on.
um, we can ask both for the same question, yeah,
Look, the
to
question.
get the same information.
Yes, but the questions are different. You must have noticed. What's
Mm,
your address and how do I address you? Now, the second part of this question is you need to understand what does the verb address mean.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what does it mean? This is my question. The second question.
uh, for example, I want to send you some present, and I will ask you, how do I address you? Or
No,
no?
no. Okay, let me explain. No worries. First, address when it's noun or adjective means your location. Okay, like the place you live, your
Mm-hmm.
road, house, country, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. When we use as a verb, it has got two meaning. Number one, what should I call you? Do you call you Mrs., Mr., teacher, doctor, professor? Number one. Number two means giving a delivery, giving a speech or deliver a speech in somewhere. We also call it address. I'll give you the example, both of them. You see, this is one of the confusing questions in task one in IELTS exam that people have to be aware. Candidates must be aware before you attempt to answer. Okay, so I know that the first address is
Mm-hmm.
your location. Like I want
Yeah,
to send you a
location.
letter or a gift, as you said, or somebody wants to come to your home, they should know your address. All right.
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
second one
Yeah.
is I don't know. It could be Mrs. for you. You could be a teacher. You could be a professor. You could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer. So this is the your
Mm.
title. How should I address you? That means
Title.
what should I call you? Are you Mrs. Ainura or are you Dr. Ainura,
Mm-hmm.
etc. And second meaning of the word address is giving a speech publicly or deliver a speech. Like this morning, our government has addressed in the television for the national holiday because of the Queen's program today and tomorrow. I'm talking about the UK. We have got
Mm.
special holiday
Mm.
Thursday and tomorrow, today and tomorrow. So that means this morning our Prime Minister has declared or gave a speech or delivered a speech about the national holiday.
Mm.
Did you get the point now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Asma, Asma, if you're still here, please let me know. So, dear, good morning and Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, Asma,
How are you?
I'm quite good. Thanks for the question. Meet Ainura, who is from Kurdistan.
Hi,
Kyrgyzstan.
Noora.
Hi, hi, Asma.
Asma,
Hi, everybody.
Asma is from Palestine.
Mm.
So, is your baby sleeping today, Asma?
Yeah, I just wait to wait for to she fallen asleep and then I start to join to class.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. So, Ainura has subscribed a while ago, and I was describing some of the speaking techniques. And after that, maybe we can go for test for both of you. Okay.
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 All right. So, dear viewers, welcome once again. You're watching the live stream from the UK, and our class is based on IELTS speaking and writing sessions. If you're interested to join, it's very easy because I'm offering 2 free lessons from every class. Visit my profile and sign up from there, and you don't have to pay any money at all. But if you want to pay the $16, which Hello will charge you for whole month, that's really would be amazing. Okay, it's also helpful for you, Asma, as well, understanding the question and how you can answer it correctly. Now, is it clear, Ainura? How do I address you?
Mm. You can call me Ainura.
Very
Just
good, good
Ainura.
answer. Yes, like Asma said, you can call me Asma. All right.
Yeah.
Remember, this is another common question in task one. I'm sure you both of have already got experience. Or what's your name and how do I address you? Always use the first name and
Mm.
last name. If you've got a middle name, you can also use middle name. And at the end, you can
Mhm.
say, you can address me as this, your preferred name, like Asma or Ainura or Rahat or Ali, whatever I like to say. And
Mm.
you'll be surprised, in many countries, people have another extra name. This is called nickname or pet name.
Mhm.
I'm sure you may know that, yeah? I'm writing on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
It's called nickname or pet name, sometimes people call. That means your family members call you by that name. It is not the part of your name, but they like to call you.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
And Ainur and Asma. So, like in every question, there is a grammar pattern. Look at that. What is your favorite book? So, what would be the answer for you, Ainura? What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is Les Miserables by
Ah, Victor Hugo. Amazing.
Victor Hugo.
Let's actually in French it's called "L'eau miserable." S is silent.
Mm.
Okay.
Do you speak French?
No, I know almost every longest 1 or 2 lines. I
Ah.
can speak German and Arabic, Hindi and Urdu, and Bengali is
Mm.
my mother tongue because I was born in Bangladesh. But I've been living in the UK more than 18 years now.
Mm.
But I can understand most of the European languages like French, Italian, Spanish, Romanian. Okay.
Are they of the same group?
No,
languages?
they have got similarity in their
No.
expression. They are not same.
Hmm.
They're a bit different though.
No, I mean in the same language group.
You can say that European languages are almost same languages group. Okay,
Hmm.
my favorite book is Low Miserable, written by Victor Hugo. That's great. Asma, what's your favorite book? Asma is still here or gone? Oh, she has muted. Maybe she might be busy. He'll be back after 5 minutes. That's okay. No worries. You take care. All right. So you can see that this is a present tense, right? What's your favorite book? Now, if I change the question, look at this question, Ainura.
Yeah.
Have a look to the screen. What was your favorite book?
Hmm. Past tense.
And what would be your answer in this case?
If they if, if they ask me in the past form, I would ask. Um, I would answer.
Think that I'm the examiner and now you are the candidate. Okay, answer it. We are having a
Uh,
simulation practice of the test. Which
can I can I ask a question for question, or it's not preferable?
in task 1 and task 3, remember you can ask the question to the teacher. That's fine. Do not ask too
Hmm.
many questions because it will be
Mm,
affecting your
minus. Yeah.
score. Not minus, but it will affect definitely. The examiner will give you less marks. You're right. It depends on the examiner how the examiner treats your communication skill, because you have there for your test. Now you're asking questions. That means you do not understand the
Mm-hmm.
question, or maybe you didn't listen to the question. That's why I said at the very
Mm,
beginning, if you remember, you should be very good listener.
mm-hmm.
Listen carefully what the teacher asks you, what the examiner, asks you. Yeah, what's the question? You tell me.
Mm-hmm.
We can discuss it here. No worries.
In my childhood,
Hmm.
my favorite book was "Ранние журавли." It's in Russian.
Okay, very good. You answered it well. In my childhood, my favorite book was. Remember, if a word is not in English, you must pause so that examiner understand, oh, you're going to say something. In my childhood, my favorite book was in Russian language, and its name is Rhine
"Ранние журавли."
Rhine Israel.
"Ранние журавли."
Okay, who
Yeah.
who was the writer? You can mention the writer's names if you want to.
Mm, the author is Genghis Aitmatov.
It's very difficult for me though. Sorry. Okay, remember you can always use non-English word, but remember if you're using a non-English word, try to give the translation of the word so that the examiner can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. You said you
But
want.
name
Uh,
author's name is not translated. I can say it's our national writer. Yeah.
yeah. What her name is?
He.
Name is as it is, so we can't change the translation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can change the name of the book in English. You can translate it.
Mm. Uh, early birds, but birds are specific birds. They are. I don't know what is the name in English. I have to Google, and maybe later I can provide you.
No worries. Early birds is an English word. That's fine.
Early birds. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll say like this: this book is running miserably. In English, the possible closest meaning is early birds. Hello, Amira,
Mm-hmm.
welcome. So remember, this is one of the very important features for answering question. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
also in IELTS exam, there is a time where you have to speculate future tense. Uh,
Mm.
Let me ask another question. What do you think about the housing problem in your country after 5 years? Okay, Look at this question pattern. What do you think about the housing problem in your country after 5 years? And what's the answer in this case?
Uh, who is going to answer me? Asman.
Asma has muted. Sorry, she said she's busy.
Hmm.
Asma, are you
Okay.
back, Asma?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, okay. All right. Let Ainur answer first. Then you're going to answer. I'm sorry.
Okay. Mm, again, I do, when I say housing, it means about like supplying for people of housing. Yeah.
Okay, that is what you understand. Okay, let me ask Asma. Asma, what do you understand from this question? What do you think about the housing problem in your country after 5 years?
Um, I guess I will say high humidity.
Is it finished? Only one word? No. Remember to answer it at least one or two sentences. For every question, you will have
Okay.
20 to
I
30.
will say the building in our country. The investor when they build the building, they use cheap materials. So after 5 minutes, you will see the your home will be um, have will have high humidity. Um, um,
Mhm.
w- uh, uh,
What
just
else?
a minute.
High
Uh,
humidity. What else?
the other defect will be sh- sh- um shown. Uh, uh, maybe the paint
Paint.
will,
Internal decoration, you mean?
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just that's what I remember to say.
Remember, Asma and Ainur once again. In IELTS exam, this type of
Yeah.
question may be there, and you have to answer it appropriately
Mm.
if you want to get good score. Okay, and that is really mandatory.
Now I understand.
Okay, now there is another thing I'm going to explain later. Let us listen to you now, Ainur. What would be your answer? What do you
Mhm.
think about the housing problem in your country after 5 years?
Mm. In our country, there are many old apartments, and housing fees are becoming greater year by year, but um, their materials are worse year by year, and it needs probably in 5 years capital um, fix amendment, capital amendment, and uh, ordinary people cannot afford themselves these expenses.
Okay, you both have answered partially, not the full answer. I'll explain how and why. The, the main point of this question is two things: housing problem and after 5 years, which is future tense. Remember, you have to use future tense. Rule number one. Rule number two, you should understand what do you mean by housing problem. You're saying the problem of a house like humidity, internal decorations, but these are the little bit part of the answer. Housing problem means when people do not have any place to live, when people do not have enough houses
Mm,
to live. So when they don't have enough
mm,
houses to live, what they do, they rent. Okay, they can't buy a property. It's the problem is everywhere in the
mm,
world, even in the UK. In the
mm-hmm,
UK, Only 40% people can buy the property. Other 60% people either rent or government helps them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in many amazing other countries like the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, same problem is there. Housing problem is a great problem around the world, not only in your country, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this question is two part once again, housing problem and after 5 years. So first you have to discuss or analyze a little bit what is the housing problem. You can say like this, in our country there are not enough houses for everyone. So government can't afford it and people can't buy it. So they have to rent. And sometimes renting is expensive. People spend much of their money. And after 5 years, it will be, now you're using future tense. You're speculating future tense, right? After five
Mm-hmm.
years, I believe that our authority should take some step to resolve this problem because our population will be higher during after 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I clear to both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
the question you have answered, that is internal problem after a house is built, like painting, decoration, humidity,
Yeah.
longevity, stability of a property. But that is not the primary
Mm.
question. That is the secondary question.
Mm-hmm. House supply, the
Yeah,
main idea. Yeah.
main idea is when people can't live in a house. Not everyone can afford to live in a house.
Mm. Okay.
That's why understanding question in IELTS exam very important. And this is some of the
Mm-hmm.
examples.
Mm.
Okay, any other question, Ainura or Asma?
No.
Uh,
No.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. We can go on.
okay, as I'm going through, Ainura ask me if you have got any specific question. Always please stop me and ask me.
Okay.
Okay.
And Asma also said for the IELTS exam. Asma, did you take the IELTS exam?
No.
Okay, she's planning to take the IELTS exam.
Mm.
And Ainura also is also planning to take for the IELTS exam. Remember, and IELTS, in order to get good score one more time, you must have good plan. Focus on your weaker sides.
Mm.
Like you said, you are not good at writing or reading, so focus on more on reading and also
Mm-hmm.
focus on writing. As I said for Asma and Ainura, once again, I've got checking service for your written topic. You can send me your topic to my email address and I'll check it and send you back. So if you
Mm.
do this practice, it will be helpful for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it will be great, I think.
Yeah, most of my students who always set for the IELTS exam, they did this way because sometimes they're
Mm-hmm.
not sure whether their writing is correct or not. You know,
Mm.
and amazingly, I must share this success story. Two of my students got 9 in writing, 9 in reading.
Oh.
Okay,
Inshallah.
and many of my students got 8.5 on an average in academic and general both. And you can also achieve it if
Mm-hmm.
you practice it in the correct way. Hello, Janat, welcome. Hello, Ariful, welcome. Okay, so these are some common topics in speaking, and as you might be in task 2 cue card, always remember to utilize the 1 minute and write the topics what you're going to talk. Like yesterday, you'll be
Mm-hmm.
surprised to know I had an Insta class, 2 classes actually. One student booked twice, and he's a teacher from his country. He was speaking amazingly, and he said, "Teacher, I have my country as an English teacher, and I want to
Mm.
get my assessment." Then he was so happy. But he said he doesn't read books. I said you need to read books in order to develop your vocabs and more ideas. That's his limitation. He
Mm-hmm.
said I don't like to read books. Sometimes some students do that. Remember, Ainura and Asman, whoever listening to us, if you do not read books, there is no way you can get more words. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll suggest you some websites, some links from where you can learn more vocabulary. There is one website, 3000 most commonly. Can you see the screen? Words
Yeah.
Yeah, can
from
see.
the Oxford. Okay, It has got a PDF file free from the internet. Download it. After that, you download 5,000 more commonly used words is GRE exam. Okay, so
Okay.
for GRE it will be a bit difficult for you because that is the advanced levels words. But start from Oxford. When you download it, you'll be seeing that most of the words are already known to you. Maybe you have to study a little bit more. When you finish, go to the GRE. Okay, and apart from it, read something new every day. So when you read a word, new word, for example, I'm giving this. Do you know the meaning of this word? Flabbergasted.
No.
Okay, I'm just giving an example. So main word is flabbergasted. That it has become flabbergasted. Adjective. Flabbergasted is a verb. When something or someone gives you surprise or you're surprised, it could be both positive and negative meaning. It depends on you how you'd like to use it. Like I'm flabbergasted to get you as my student, both Asma and Ainura. That means I'm very happy. Okay. I'm flabbergasted to see such a bad incident. Now it is a negative meaning. You can see that. Remember, sometimes it is your intention to make sentences and use it correctly. Now, flabbergasted is adjective. Remember, when you know the meaning, we call it content or context. This is verb. Yeah? Only after that you can make sentences correctly and effectively. Right? So always, please make sure whatever you read, and if you find a new word, write what kind of parts of, and if you can make other sentences and meaningful sentences. Our human brain is created in such a we try to, we forget everything after a few hours. That's why we have to
Yeah, yeah.
practice. Remember that. Always.
Flabbergasted.
Practice makes you progress. Remember that. Practice gives you confidence. Practice gives you inspiration.
Flabbergasted, yeah?
Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted. Okay. And also,
Flabbergasted.
when you're looking for a meaning, do not go to Google Dictionary, please. Go to the specific dictionary, either Cambridge or Oxford or Collins or
Cambridge.
Merriam-Webster, whatever you like to prefer. And before you start speaking, always remember that you have to decide which type of English are you after. Are you after British English or American English? Remember, there are two types of English, two types of pronunciation. And British is obviously a bit difficult and classic and poshy we call, and American is a bit easier. So you should follow only one type, both of you. Okay, and make sure you practice every day. Asma and Ainura, once again, this an hour lesson is not enough. It gives you what you have to do. I'll give you the instruction and guidelines, but it's you who have to practice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, any other question from the speaking part? I'm going to give you some highlights about writing for both of you.
Okay.
Okay,
No ask. No question.
no question. Okay, please remember that when you're writing, especially in academic, task one, people say that is a bit challenging because you have to write from the graph or bar chart or maybe a process diagram or a map. So remember, for every writing, not only that IELTS exam or any other exam, we follow this pattern. Always, I'm just writing on the screen. Introduction, body, conclusion. This is very important. Remember that for any topic. Introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, what do you understand by the introduction? Let me ask this question to both of you. Ainura, what do you understand by the?
Just
Mhm.
when you give a whole idea what about topic is, like entrance.
Okay, well done. How about you, Asma? Introduction?
It's about you give uh, ex- um, um, to give the idea about what you will talk about.
Right, you both are correct. To give about a little bit idea what you're going to write or talk about. In in movie, when you go to watch a movie in cinema hall or through YouTube or any other web, sometimes we see the movie trailer, right?
Yeah,
So
Mm.
in movie trailer, what do you see? We see the whole movie in few seconds.
yeah,
That's the comparison. Introduction means you're going to enter the topic as Ainura has said, or the entrance about the topic or the discussion about the topic, what you're going to write about or talk about. In IELTS exam, remember that we do not use first person. That means we do not use active voice. We use passive voice, and that is very important. So in task one, we do not say that I'm going to write, say, say the topic is global warming, yeah, for example. It's one of the common topics in IELTS exam sometimes. So yeah, you do not say like this, I'm going to talk about global warming. No, that is incorrect. Many students do that. Do not write any direct sentence like this. You will say like this. Rather, this topic explains, you can say, number one, or this topic depicts, depicts. So you have to use some words, depicts, or it will be discussed or it will be explained. Remember, in IELTS writing section, we need to know a few other things. Number one, formal and informal words, the difference, and we have to use wherever possible formal words. You have to use accurate grammar. You have to use different kinds of grammar structure, and you should use compound sentences. Asma and Ainura. Do you know what is compound sentence?
Compound.
Yes,
Compound.
yeah,
compound.
The,
Uh,
two simple,
yes,
at least two simple sentences.
two simple sentences are connected through coordinating adjectives. You're right, but
Hmm.
there is a process and there are some techniques. You need to use that technique if you want to get good marks. Remember that in IELTS exam, an examiner always expects that if you are hoping to get more than 6, you must write compound sentence.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Asma's baby is here.
yeah,
No worries. So remember that is very important. So that's why I ask you, write every week, practice it. The more you practice, then you'll be more confident and expert in writing. As you might be aware, in task one, there would be 20 minutes and you have to write 150 words. In task two,
yeah,
there is 40 minutes and you have to write 250 words, which means that in task one, you have to write at least 8 words in every minute. In 20 minutes, 150. In task two, you have to write at least 7 words in every minute. So it crosses 250
Mm.
words. Sometimes some students ask that, does the teacher count the words? Yes, they do count the word. Okay, so
Hmm.
you have to fulfill their criteria in order to get good marks.
yeah.
Any other questions up to now, Asma or Ainura?
Mm.
Um, I
No,
wanna ask
just
about speaking, not about writing. How long the exam will take time?
Okay, it depending on your response, the whole speaking test is in between 15 to 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
Minimum 15, maximum 20 minutes. So task 1 is 4 to 5 minutes, as you know. Task 2 is cue card. Task 3 is advanced and more analytical answers, which might be related to the topic 2. I mean, task 2.
Yeah.
So, Asma, remember, and I know it's a matter of practice, a matter of confidence, a matter of your, having good knowledge about English. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some questions are so tricky and you have to answer it. If you do not
Mm-hmm.
answer, if you can't answer, then it is going to affect your score once again. Please remember that in IELTS exam, they always assess 4 things in speaking part. Once again, I'm going to share it so that you know which 4 parts. Look, the red colored mark, fluency and coherence, 25%. That means you will get maximum 2.25. And lexical resources, you'll get another 25% mark, that is 2.25. And the third part is wider range of grammar and accuracy, another 25%. And the last criterion is pronunciation, which is the hardest part, honestly. Okay, remember
Mm-hmm.
that it's not accent. Once again, it's pronunciation only. And I'm sure you know that fluency and coherence means the speed, the rhythm, the way you talk, not too fast, not too slow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
coherence means describing step by step. And lexical resource means you need to use different kinds of synonyms, grammar, I mean not grammar structure, synonyms and phrasal verbs, group verbs, phrases and idioms. In some places you may use dialect. Okay. And the third part
Mm-hmm.
is grammatical range and accuracy, which means that you have to use the correct grammar and different kinds of structure. And the last one is pronunciation. We'll explain this bit
Mm-hmm.
once again tomorrow, and we'll have a test tomorrow, both of you, because we have got only 3 minutes and 19 seconds. It's going down. Any other questions?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ainura, I'm sure Ainura must have some questions.
I just wanted to use this word that I flabbergasted
Flabbergasted, yes.
uh,
Another
with
important,
your
yeah, this is one of my
course.
favorite words. I remember to both of you, when you hear a new word, go to the dictionary, write it, and listen to it carefully and try to imitate it. We call it copying and shadowing, imitating and shadowing technique. Not copying, I'm sorry, imitating and
Mhm.
shadowing technique, like flabbergasted, or say another word is nincompoop, for example. This is very academic word, high standard, I'm sorry, or say
Mhm.
structurally, physically,
Mhm.
theoretically, etc. So write the word,
Theoretically. Mhm.
listen to it, and try to copy and try to imitate the way they talk, and try to make sentences. This is the most important part. If you do not write any sentence at all, you are going to forget very soon. Remember,
Mm.
three
Mhm.
things are needed for learning vocabulary: content, meaning, content, making sentences, and using it in your writing as well as speaking.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
we have got less than 2 minutes. So, thank you very much once again for joining Ainura and Asma and other people. Still, you've got 1 minute. If you've got any more question, we can discuss it now.
Thank you, teacher, for
Okay. Once again,
acknowledging us.
go on.
How long did it took for your student who succeeded in IELTS
Most of the cases, my
score?
students always subscribed at least 2 to 3 months. Remember
Two,
that?
3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 months. I always suggest prepare 3 months, then you'll be okay to get the good score.
Mm.
Okay.
Like were they on the same level like Asma and me
Uh,
at the beginning?
uh, they are bit higher level than you most of the cases.
High level.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like pre-intermediate, then they become intermediate, and after that they become advanced level.
In three
Once
months.
in 3 months, yeah, they practiced a lot. They gave lots of time, their
Okay.
hard work, their effort, their
Mm.
persistency. You know,
Mm-hmm.
remember that you have to
Okay.
focus. Which part is your weaker part? Focus on it, and you can develop it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
believe in
Okay.
yourself. Practice yourself every day. Okay, self practice
Okay.
is very important and needed for you. However, I'm going to send the email to both of you after finishing this lesson. If you
Mm-hmm.
can send me a writing, I'll check it. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye, teacher.
Bye.